Biology. Cell on Earth. An Introduction to Organelles. The nucleus. The nucleus is a control center of a cell, and it is the most important organelle of all. The nucleus is large and round, and bounded by a double membrane. The human brain controls all of our actions that take place in our body, just like a nucleus does with a cell. The nucleus controls everything just like our brain. Vital information is also stored in both of these sections, in both the body and the cell.
The nucleolus. The nucleolus has the primary functions of assembling ribosomes and storing DNA. It also aids in the assembly of signal recognition particles, the modification of transfer RNAs, and it helps sense cellular stress. Through an electron microscope, it appears as a mass of densely stained granules and fibers. Like the neurons in our brain, the nucleolus, located in the nucleus, stores vital information in the form of DNA. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth ER functions as a metabolic processor. It processes functions such as the synthesis of lipids, metabolism of carbohydrates, and detoxification of drugs and poisons. It consists of tubules that are located near the cell periphery. The smooth ER, unlike the rough endoplasmic reticulum, does not contain ribosomes. The smooth ER can be compared to a human liver. Both the human liver and the smooth ER acts as a detoxifier. Similarly, the human liver produces insulin, while the smooth ER produces lipids.
The rough endoplasmic reticulum. The rough ER manufactures enzymes and secreted proteins. It also acts as a membrane factory for the cell. The surface of the rough ER is studded with protein manufacturing ribosomes, giving it a rough appearance. In our body, one of the most important substances is our blood. In a cell, membranes are very important. Both the rough ER and our bone marrow produce vital ingredients for our survival. The rough ER produces membranes, while bone marrow is the largest producer of blood cells.
The Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus takes proteins made by the ER, sorts them, and then exports them throughout the cell as needed. Founded within the cytoplasm of both plant and animal cells, the Golgi apparatus is composed of stacks of membrane-bound structures known as cisternae. The Golgi apparatus is similar to our human lungs. They both transport vital macromolecules throughout the cell in similar ways. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are found in both plant and animal cells, and are referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. They convert energy in the bonds of glucose and oxygen to readily available energy in the form of ATP. This process is known as aerobic respiration. Mitochondria are oval-shaped and sometimes double-membraned. Having two membranes creates two compartments, one of which is used to store hydrogen ions. The heart is a power source for your body and is very similar to the mitochondria. The human heart is what keeps you going, just like the mitochondria, which both provide energy. Chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are the site of photosynthesis, a process in which the plant uses carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to create energy in the form of glucose. Chloroplasts are double membrane organelles. Like the mitochondria, two compartments are formed, one of which forms hydrogen ions. Chloroplasts take in light and make it into something, just like our eyes. Eyes take in light and use the light to make pictures, while chloroplasts take in the light and use it to make food. The vacuole. Vacuoles are generally used to store cell products and protect the rest of the cell from invading microorganisms. They store water and waste and help maintain the necessary internal pressure of plants. It also maintains an acidic pH. Vacuoles are membrane-bound sacs with little or no internal structure. Vacuoles are just like our body fat. When a cell is hungry, it turns to the vacuole for stored food and nutrients. When our body is hungry and has no readily available food, it turns to our body fat for the required nourishment. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are only needed by animal cells. They digest excess or worn out organelles, food particles, and engulf viruses or bacteria. They are a membrane-bound sac of small vacuoles or vesicles in the cytoplasm, filled with digestive enzymes. They bud off from the Golgi complex and fuse with food vacuoles. Like our stomach, lysosomes digest food and get rid of waste. The cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton makes up the internal framework of the cell and gives each cell its distinctive shape and a high level of organization. It is very important for cell movement and cell division. The cytoskeleton is made up of a network of protein fibers, filaments, and tubules. The cytoskeleton is just like our body skeleton. Both are complex structural networks that provide stability and shape. Our skeleton helps determine our body's shape, just like cytoskeleton, which determines the shape of the cell. Centrioles. Centrioles are found in animal cells, and they help to organize the assembly of microtubules during cell division. Centrioles replicate during the interphase stage of mitosis and meiosis. They have cylindrical structures that are composed of groupings of microtubules. A pair of centrioles makes up a centrosome. Centrioles help make up the cytoskeleton, just like bones help make up our body skeleton. Many centrioles are needed to provide structure for the cell, just like many bones are needed to make up our skeletal system. The plasma cell membrane. Cell membranes surround the cell and have the ability to regulate entrance and exit of most substances, thereby maintaining internal balance. These membranes also protect the inner cell from outside forces. The plasma membrane is made up of a bilayer of phospholipids. Many specialized proteins are found floating in the bilayer and are necessary for homeostasis. The first layer of human skin is called the dermis, which helps protect our body. Like the dermis, the plasma cell membrane is an added layer of protection for the cell. Also, both the dermis and the cell membrane controls what comes in and what goes out.